Hare Krishna, thank you all for joining this morning, Srimad Bhagavatam Sangha and 10 to Japa. Let's continue with what we discussed last time. We're talking about Krishna's son and how he's helping the demigods win over the demons, because they upset the guru who has now left them, and now Vishwarup is there, priest, so to speak, guru and priest at the moment. And this Vishwarup is actually the brother of Vritrasur, we all know about. You know, Maharaj Chitraketu, how he became Vritrasur, and that's his brother. But while he was in the body with Asur, his brother name was Vishwarup. So King Parikshit inquired from Shukadeva Goswami, "My lord, kindly explain the Vishnu mantra Ama that protected King Indra and enabled him to conquer his enemies along with their carriers and enjoy the opulence of the three worlds." So Vishwarup, he told the demigods about a Nārāyaṇa kavaca that they could benefit from to fight with the asuras. Please explain to me that Nārāyaṇa armor by which King Indra achieved success in battle, conquering the enemies who were endeavoring to kill him. So let's pray. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Mukham Kroti Vasalam Pangum Namyati Grim Yat Kirpatamandasi Gundin Taranam Brahmananda Madhavam Shitataneshram. Hari Om Tassat Nārayanam Namaskritya Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jamaduriyat. Nashta Pleshottarishu Nityam Bhagavasevya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhakti Bhakti Nishtaki. Hare Krishna. So Shri Sukadeva Goswami said, King Indra, the leader of the demigods, inquired about the armor known as Nārāyaṇa kavaca from Vishwarup, who was engaged by the demigods as their priest. Please hear Vishwarup's reply with great attention. So Vishwarup said, if some form of fear arrives, one should first wash his hands and legs clean and then perform archaman by chanting this mantra. Om Pitra Pavitrava Sarvastam Goto Piva Yah Samrat Pundri Kaksham Sa Beha Bihantre Suchi. Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu. And this is the mantra we actually use, to cleanse ourselves. And you hear this mantra in many yajna as well, even in the films. You must have heard the priests always start with this mantra for cleanliness internally and external cleanliness. Then one should touch kusha grass and sit gravely and silently, facing north. When completely purified, one should touch the mantra composed of 8 syllables to the 8th part of his body and touch the mantra composed of 12 syllables to his hands. Thus, in the following manner, he should bind himself with a Nārāyaṇa coat of armor. First, while chanting the mantra composed of 8 syllables, Om Namo Nārāyaṇa, beginning with Pranav, which is Om, the syllable Om, one should touch his hands to 8 parts of his body, starting with the 2 feet and progressing systematically to the knees, thighs, abdomen, heart, chest, mouth, and head. Then one should chant the mantra in reverse, beginning with the last syllables, Ya, while touching the parts of his body in the reverse order. These 2 processes are known as Utpatti Nyasa and Samhar Nyasa, respectively. So this is the method to protect your body. Then one should chant the mantra composed of 12 syllables, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, preceding each syllable by the Omkara. One should place the syllables of the mantra on the tips of his fingers, beginning with the index finger of the right hand and concluding with the index finger of the left. The 4 remaining syllables should be placed on the joints of the thumbs. One must then chant the mantra of 6 syllables, Om Vishnave Namaha. One should place the syllable Om on his heart, the syllable V on the top of his head, the syllable Sa between his eyebrows, the syllable Na on his tuft of hair, that's the Shika, and the syllable Ve between his eyes. The chant of the mantra should then place the syllable Na on all the joints of his body and meditate on the syllable Ma as being as a weapon. He should thus become the perfect personification of the mantra. Thereafter, adding Visarg to the final syllable Ma, he should chant the mantra Maha Astraya Pat in all directions, beginning from the east. In this way, all directions will be bound by the protective armor of the mantra. So we're just discussing it just to see the power of the mantras that Vishwarupa was giving to the demigods. You know, we worship the demigods. We would chant mantras to them, but even they have to chant mantras to the Lord. So after finishing this chanting, one should think qualitatively one with the Supreme Personality Godhead, who is full in 6 opulences and is worthy to be meditated upon. So one should think himself qualitatively. So qualitatively, we are similar to God because we are made of the same spiritual element that God consists of, but He's unlimited. We are very limited. That's the only difference. So we are the same and yet we are different. Then we should chant the following protective prayers to Lord Nārāyaṇa, the Nārāyaṇa kavaca. The Supreme Lord who sits on the back of the bird Garuda, touching him with his lotus feet, holds 8 weapons, the conch shell, disc, shield, sword, club, arrows, bow, and ropes. May that Supreme Personality Godhead protect me at all times with his 8 arms. He is all powerful because he fully possesses the 8 mystic powers, Anima, Lagima, etc. Thinking oneself one with the Supreme is called Ahangara Upasana. Through Ahangara Upasana, one does not become God, but he thinks of self as qualitatively one with the Supreme, understanding that as a spirit soul, he is equal in quality to the Supreme Soul, the way the water of a river is of the same nature as the water of the sea, but the river cannot be the sea. One should meditate upon the Supreme Lord as described in this verse and seek his protection. The living entities are always subordinate to the Supreme. Consequently, their duty is always seek the mercy of the Lord in order to be protected by him in all circumstances. So may the Lord, who assumes the body of a great fish, protect me in the water from the fierce animals that are associates of the demigod Varun. By expanding his illusory energy, the Lord assumed the form of dwarf Vaman. May Vaman protect me on the land, since the gigantic form of the Lord, Vishwarup, conquers the 3 worlds. May he protect me in the sky. So Vaman there became the Vishwarup, and he covered all the universe. This mantra seeks the protection of the Supreme Personality Godhead in the water, land, and sky in his incarnation as a fish, and Vamandev and the Vishwarup. May Lord Narasimhadev, who appeared as the enemy of Hiranyakashipu, protect me in all directions. His loud laughing vibrated in all directions and caused the pregnant wives of the Asuras to have miscarriages. May that Lord be kind enough to protect me in difficult places like the forest and battlefront. But we always pray to Narasimhadev for a protection and for our family's protection. If someone is ill, we pray for their protection. Someone has passed away, we pray for the protection of their souls. The Supreme indestructible Lord is ascertained through the performance of ritualistic sacrifices and therefore known as Yogeshwar. In his incarnation as Lord Bo, he raised the planet Earth from the water at the bottom of the universe. and kept it on his pointed tusks. May that Lord protect me from the rogues on the streets. May Parshuram protect me on the tops of mountains. And may the elder brother Bharat, Lord Ramchandra, along with his brother Lakshman, protect me in foreign countries. So they traveled in all different countries, killing the Suras. There are three Rams, Srila Prabhupada explains. One Ram is Parshuram, the son of Jamadagni, or Agnya. Another Ram is Lord Ramchandra. And a third Ram is Lord Balram. So Srila Prabhupada says that when he's chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So that Ram can be any of these Rams, any of these three Rams. It can be Ramchandra, or it can be Parshuram, or it can be Lord Balram. Okay. So may Lord Narayan protect me from unnecessarily following false religious systems and falling from my duties to the madness. May the Lord in his appearance as Nar protect me from unnecessary pride. That's the Narayan. And may Lord Dattatreya, the master of all mystic power, protect me from falling while performing bhakti yoga. And may Lord Kapila, the master of all good qualities, protect me from the material bondage of fruity activities. May Sanat Kumar protect me from lusty desires. As I begin some auspicious activity, may Lord Hayagriv protect me from being an offender by neglecting to offer respectful obeisances to the Supreme Lord. May Dev Rishi Narad, now this is interesting, may Dev Rishi Narad protect me from committing offenses in worshipping the deity. Because we use Narad Pancharatra Vidhi when we are doing deity service, we follow those mantras. And may Lord Kurma, the torches, protect me from falling to the unlimited hellish planets. So lusty desires are very strong. So Srila Prabhupada explaining the lusty desires are very strong in everyone. We cannot escape lusty desires, and they are the greatest impediment to the discharge of devotion service. We cannot advance without giving up these desires. We have lusty desires. Desires, that's our nature to desire. We just have to dovetail those desires. We cannot get rid of desires. It's impossible. It's the nature of the soul to desire, but we have to just change their direction from lusty to love of God. Because at the moment it's contaminated, like it's mentioned, like milk and yogurt. So our desires are at the moment like yogurt, they have been contaminated, but it has to be like pure milk. Okay. Therefore, those who are very much influenced by lusty desires are advised to take shelter of Sanat Kumar, the great brahmachari devotee. Narad Muni, who is the guide for Archana, is the author of the Narad Pancharatra, which prescribes the regulatory principles for worshipping the deity. You would never think, because and then I'm thinking, how does he have time to do deity worship? He's always traveling, but he has prescribed. He's the author of Narad Pancharatra. This is an amazing thing. Maybe needs more, more research on this. Everyone engaged in deity worship, whether at home or in the temple, should always seek the mercy of Dev Rishi Narad in order to avoid the 32 offenses while worshipping the deity. And also there's a mantra that we use after worshipping the deities. There's a mantra that we pray to the Lord that we are mantrahinam, buddhihinam, like that. That we are really not, we are pretty useless. So please forgive us for our mistakes, because mistakes do happen. These offenses in deity worship are mentioned in the Nectar of Devotion. So there's 32 offenses to the deities, then they're mentioned in the Nectar of Devotion. May the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his incarnation as Dhanvantari, relieve me from undesirable eatables and protect me from physical illness. May Lord Vishwadev, who conquered his inner and outer senses, protect me from fear produced by the duality of heat and cold. May Yajna protect me from defamation and harm from the populace, and may Lord Balram as Shesha protect me from envious serpents. So who are these envious serpents? To live within this material world, one must face many dangers, as described herein. For example, undesirable food poses a danger to health, and therefore one must give up such food. The Dhanvantari incarnation can protect us in this regard. Since Lord Vishnu is the super soul of all living entities, if he likes, he can save us from Adi Bhutika disturbances from other living entities. Lord Balram is a Shesha incarnation, and therefore he can save us from angry serpents, which is the envious people. The serpents, angry serpents are envious persons, he says here, who are always ready to attack. Yeah, they're always ready to attack. Even Srila Prabhupada, people, his associates, they verbally attacked him. Even Krishna, he was so many times attacked, like Shishupal and other people, Duryodhana, that they attacked him. There's always envious people everywhere, all the time. So we should accept it, that there is enviousness around us. May the personality of Godhead in his incarnation as Vyasadeva protect me from all kinds of ignorance resulting from the absence of Vedic knowledge. May Lord Buddha Dev protect me from activities opposed to Vedic principles and from laziness that causes one to madly forget the Vedic principles of knowledge and ritualistic action. May Kalki Dev, the Supreme Personality Godhead, who appeared as an incarnation to protect religious principles, protect me from the dirt of the age of Kali. This verse mentions various incarnations of Supreme Personality Godhead who appear for various purposes. So every incarnation has a reason for appearing, has a purpose. Srila Vyasadeva Mahamuni compiled the Vedic literature for the benefit of all human society. If one wants to be protected from the reactions of ignorance, even in this age of Kali, one may consult the books left by Srila Vyasadeva, namely the four Vedas, Sam, Yajur, Rig, and Atharva, the 108 Upanishads, Vedanta Sutra, that's the Brahma Sutra, Mahabharata, Srimad Bhagavatam, Mahapuran, Vyasadev's commentary on the Brahma Sutra, and the other 17 Puranas. Only by the mercy of Sri Vyasadeva do we have so many volumes of transcendental knowledge to save us from the clutches of ignorance. But the good news is I don't think we have time to read all this. It's not possible. So Prabhupada has simplified things for us, Bhagavad-Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. And then for the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, Chaitanya Charitamrita, we can read. So Bhagavad-Gita, that's for everyone to read. Anybody can read. But when you're Vaishnava, you must read Srimad Bhagavatam. And when you're Gaudiya Vaishnava, you must read Chaitanya Charitamrita. May Lord Keshav protect me with his club in the first portion of the day. And may Govinda, who is always engaged in playing his flute, protect me in the second portion of the day. May Lord Nārāyaṇa, who is equipped with all potencies, protect me in the third part of the day. And may Lord Vishnu, who carries a disc to kill his enemies, protect me in the fourth part of the day. May Lord Madhusudan, who carries a bow, very fearful for the demons, protect me during the fifth part of the day, in the evening. May Lord Madhav, appearing as Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwar, protect me. And in the beginning of night, may Lord Rishikesha protect me. At the dead of night, this is the second and third parts of night, may Lord Padmanabha alone protect me. May the Supreme Personality Godhead, who bears the Shrivatsa on his chest, protect me after midnight until the sky becomes pinkish. May Lord Janardhan, who carries a sword in his hand, protect me at the end of the night. May Lord Damodar protect me in the early morning, and may Lord Vishveshwar protect me during the junctions of the day and night. Setting into motion about Supreme Personality Godhead and wandering in all four directions, the disk of the Supreme Lord has sharp edges, as destructive as a fire of devastation at the end of the millennium. As a blazing fire burns dry grass to ashes, with the assistance of the breeze, may that Sudarshan Chakra burn out our enemies to ashes. O club in the hand, the Supreme Personality Godhead, may you produce sparks of fire as powerful as thunderbolts, and you are extremely dear to the Lord. I am also his servant, therefore kindly help me pound to pieces the evil living beings known as Kusmandas, Vainaksha, Yakshas, Rakshas, Bhutas, Grahas. Please pulverize them. After offering praise to the Lord's personal expansions known as the Somshan Shakti Ashwatas, one should pray to the weapons of Lord Narayan, such as Sudarshan, Gada, Shank, Khadg, and bow. So basically, Vishwarup is explaining, how the demigods can protect themselves. In today's age, obviously, we're not really required to do all this. Like I said, we don't have time, patience, or anything. So what we do, we chant the Mahamantra, we chant Nrsimhadev mantra or pray, and we also in the morning we put 12 tilaks on our body. Tilaks on the arms, sides of the body, the back as well, on the chest. Yeah, we start with Om Keshwaya Namah, Nārāyaṇa Namah, Madhavaya Namah, like that. We do 12 mantras to protect the body. Right? So, and also on the time of our departure, if the Yamdutas are around, they can see that we are Vaishnavas and we have these tilaks on our body. So it protects us from the Yamdutas as well. So every morning, especially once you are initiated, you should put 12 tilaks on your body. And I hope that was explained. And I'm just thinking, because we have like second initiated, I'm sure we always did this, right? From
second as opposed to all the.
Yeah. So I don't know, can't remember whether we did on the first initiate, but definitely once you're Brahman initiated, if you're Brahman initiated, then you have to do these 12 kavaca kind of thing. Yeah. So thank you so much. I'm sorry, but this is all important as well to understand, and this continues next week. That Vishwarup is explaining to them how they can protect themselves. But please, let me know anything that stood out for you or anything you'd like to add. Hare Krishna, and thank you so much for joining. And thank you, Hina Mataji, Jai Prabhu, Madhav Shamsundar Prabhu, Parveen Mataji, and Pundarikaksh Prabhu. Not sure what's happening with Sarvashriya Mataji. Hope she's okay. And anyway, so we start with Pundarikaksh Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Anything you like to add, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. The point you mentioned about Bhagavad-Gita, Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Charitamrita. So Bhagavad-Gita can be read by anybody. Bhagavatam by Vaishnavas and Gaudiyas need to read CC. So today morning we had a little introduction class to Chaitanya Charitamrita, and the same point was mentioned during that class as well. And I remember Rasraj Prabhu and Mother Nityananda Prabhu did a session in our Sunday Sangha once on how to worship the deities, how to offer bhoga to deities, where they mentioned about this Om Patra Paitro Savastam Gatopyo. Yeah, Pundarikakshansa. So Vayabhrinsa Sruchi. And then they mentioned about this Om Astram Fat before you offer bhoga to the Lord. Yesterday I was listening to a class from Gaura Govinda Maharaj, and one of the point is don't get association of Vishya and Stri. These two are the like showstoppers for your devotional service. So don't associate, or you don't directly associate or don't associate with the people who associate to Visha and Sri. So Lord expands in many forms to help us. And you explain all the forms in this one. The Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hina Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much. I accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Yeah, very nice verse. I was just thinking about how important the Lord's protection is to us. You know, he's our only true shelter. You know, as conditioned living entities, we think we can operate independently, and then we get disillusioned, and then fear kicks in, and you know, we've got nowhere to turn. And essentially, it's almost like having lost that connection, all those other emotions and that feeling of being lost kind of almost kicks in. But once we remember that we're actually part of the source, we're part and parcel, that connection, you know, and that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to rebuild and reconnect with the Lord and remember our connection to Him. And, you know, I think it's just trying to keep that central, really, that He is our only shelter and we're completely under His mercy. So that's all I was thinking. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Very good. Esparine Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you. Yeah, I was thinking, well, you were reading and I thought, like, with my memory, I can't remember all these, you know, who to pray for what. And I thought, well, thank God we've got Mahamantra, we got faith in Krishna, and chanting is the only thing we need to do. And He's the controller, and like, sorry, I've just forgotten Mataji's name. Oh my God, my brain. sorry, let me check. Ina Mataji, sorry, Ina Mataji. So you have to remember we are controlled and Krishna is the controller. So we can't act independently. Whatever we have to do by His mercy only. And having firm faith in Krishna, so we don't have to worry about any protection. He's protecting us in every aspect. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yeah, like Pundrikakshi Prabhu said, like, yeah, today we have started an introduction to CC. I'm so happy because I only picked up Chaitanya Charitamrita because it was my heart for the last year, you know, because I've never read it. I don't know, I haven't read it. And so by mercy of Krishna, you know, faithfully we finished reading Bhagavad-Gita. So this is the prasad I think we got, you know, so we're going to start reading Chaitanya Charitamrita. So that's how I felt. So Krishna is so merciful. Thank you so much. We just need to have faith in Him.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, Vishwarup, he's mentioning about, you know, often praise to the Lord and to His personal expansions, and you know, all the Shakti Visha avatars and His weapons. You know, well, I guess the demigods are going to war. I mean, we were going to war, we probably chant everything under the sun, you know, everything that was expected from us or recommended to us, we would chant it, I guess, you know, in that situation, but it's not something, you know, we would do all the time. And, or, you know, we expected to do all the time, but nursing a prayer usually enough. And all these avatars, I mean, it says in Bhagavatam, in the first canto, Ete Chamsha Kalapumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Sam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Madhyanti Yuge Yuge. So Krishna, you know, he's the all the incarnations, the plenary portions and portions of the plenary portions, you know, the Kalapumshas, you know, they are all portions of the Lord, right? Shri Krishna himself. And they appear on this planet, and you know, Indra is asked to, because he says Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Madhyanti Yuge Yuge. So when there's a disturbance by the atheist or the demons on the planet, that Lord Indra is like basically like we are compared to that as well. So Krishna comes Yuge Yuge when there is a problem, when we are Vyakul, and the Lord incarnates to protect us. So yeah, so Krishna is there everything is coming from him. All the portions are from him. So we think of the Lord, and we think of him in his precious protective mode as well, or mood, as Narasimhadev. Radharani, would you like to say something? What about the Panchatra Vidhi, Narad? Anything on that? Okay. Nothing coming today. So, okay. So thank you so much, Jai Prabhu. Any summaries from you? Maybe not today. Thank you for joining. And if you want to add anything, please do. Otherwise, we'll go on to do a couple of rounds. Okay. So, Praveen Mataji, please do the first round. Pundikaksh Prabhu, please, if you can do the second round. Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachari Nirvitesha Shunyavadi Pashtita Deshatarane. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama.